Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing today? We've missed you so much since last time. We are back and we are better than ever. And today we're here with a very special guest. We're here with
James.
Hey. And make sure you watch this episode from start to finish. You comment, like, subscribe, check him out. Everything's in the bio below. And we're going to run the intro now. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Powerful Mind. Yeah. Hey. I like how you knew that was coming out. That's good. So I'm super excited to have you on. I know I kind of told you this off camera, but super big fan of your work. I've been following it for some time.
Thank
you. So I'm super excited to dive into it. So first and foremost, go ahead and tell the people like what you do, your name, all of that.
So my name is James. I actually wear quite a few different hats. I'm a communication manager for Charlotte County Public Schools. I'm a tech director / creative director at my church. And also I just love to make content, whether if it's content for myself, sports content, or content for other businesses.
Yeah, that's super dope. And then so like what was your first like means of creativity? Like way back when the creative juices started flowing and you're like, wow.
Way back when I was, I would say probably kindergarten. It all started off with this project that our librarian gave us. And at the time she did different themes for different months. And at that time, it was the Wright brothers.
Oh,
so
okay,
they were the ones that made the first plane and everything.
Right.
And I remember reading about the double-winged plane, and I was so fascinated about it. And so I made like a cardboard double-winged plane. And the next day I showed it to her and she was like just and when I seen her face just like lit up, I was like, wow, I made something that really mattered. You know,
you're like, oh, I didn't even mean to do all that,
right,
but
you know? And the cool thing was after she saw that, she asked me if she could display it on this glass display.
Okay.
And at the time, whenever you had like an artwork on that glass display, like it meant something.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Like,
yeah.
Every day for that month, I would walk by that display and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, I can't believe I felt like I made it. You feel me?
Yeah.
I made it.
Especially that age. You're like, I'm in there. That's mine. I made that.
And from there, honestly, that's when my creative journey started.
That is such a beautiful story. Wow. That was so on point. I'm glad I started off with that question. That was good. That was. That's like, usually I ask that question and people are like, well, I've just like done it my whole life, which is like also valid, you know, but that was a great story. Like that really was the spark, like the flame going off. That's dope. That's dope. And then so did you like fall into like doing arts and crafts more so off the bat then?
So it started off with that, and then I got into arts and crafts, and then pretty much ironic. My dad, he was also the tech director at the church that we were at.
Oh, okay.
And so he was messing with all the soundboards, the cameras. And then that's when I started to get into cameras because he would record all the services. Like he still has cassette tapes of just bunches of services that he recorded. And from there, he taught me how to use a camera. And then now I'm using cameras.
And now that's your thing.
That's my thing.
That's dope. And then what age was that when you started like picking up the camera more?
So it started probably around 10 years old. And then for some reason, I kind of strayed away from it because I got into sports. Started doing travel basketball.
Awesome.
And then that's where like I started loving like sports. And then I want to say freshman year of high school, that's when I started to get back into that with the cameras. graphic designing, all of that. I remember my 8th grade year, and this was back when we had MySpace.
Okay. Yeah. Throw it back. That's
And there was a time where people were taking pictures and doing like cool graphics on
right.
them.
Yeah, like
doing like swirls and stuff and all that. And that's where I started to get into it, to graphic designing. And so I would make cool graphics for different people.
Okay.
And it just started rolling and rolling, and that's where I started getting into graphic designing. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure it was like you did it for one person, and then they were like, well, that's so cool. Where'd you get that from? You're like, hit up my guy. That's hilarious with the graphics. That's so dope. And then so did you, like, your whole like career of doing like obviously videography and photography is very, very successful. Did you like do any formal type of training, or was it always just learning from experience and doing it?
Learning from experience and YouTube University.
Thank you.
YouTube University will
stop it up for that.
take you a long way. It's free. You feel me? So like, if you want to learn something, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube because there's so much in there. So much.
No, absolutely. We literally talk about that all the time. YouTube University, that's like the number one way that a lot of like people who are like truly passionate about what they do, you ain't waiting for nobody to learn how to do nothing. You're going to YouTube that, you're going to learn it. And like you said, it's completely free. And so many people are so successful off of just literally doing YouTube videos, YouTube tutorials, literally, like even like with Powerful Mind, like right off the bat, like I didn't know what I was doing either. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, so literally just looking up like podcasting, like what does that even look like? What do I need? Like, you know, all of those things. So that's super dope to hear. YouTube University for the win.
You already know.
For sure. And then so transitioning from like high school, when you started getting back into kind of like picking up the camera again, I'm sure your love of sports kind of went hand in hand with that, because I know that you said before that you love shooting sports. Is that because of the love that you had for playing it as well? Yeah.
So growing up, I played sports, primarily basketball, but I also did baseball, a little bit of soccer. But I mean, sports was everything for me, and it was a way to express myself. It was a way to connect with other people, and just having that hand-to-hand thing where sports and then a camera, making content, it just worked perfectly for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then so like after high school, what did that look like for you? Like once you graduated, what did you do right after?
So right after high school, I wanted to play football. That's another sport I played, was football.
Yeah.
And so I went to Liberty University, tried out for their team, made it to the second round, but then got cut. Got cut.
Wow.
But it really didn't bring me down, only because I also had a camera in my hand. And from there, it was like, man, I really want to stay into the sports field, but I got to find a way. So that's where my camera came in hand. And so after I did some time over there, I came back and just started shooting with my camera. I went to a whole bunch of different local tournaments. And then from there, people started seeing my work. And then I started going to bigger tournaments like the City of Palms. And now I'm on the media team. Last year was my second year on the media team. And
That's
I
dope.
loved it. And now I'm working with top athletic programs, Under Armour, Adidas, a whole bunch of different brands now, which I love.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's truly amazing. And then so like what was that transition for you like to build up your resume and like your work to the point where you even were able to get like those bigger opportunities, like being on the media team and, you know, working with the, you know, higher end like brands like that?
Yeah. So I had to start off with working for free. Only because I didn't have no portfolio.
Right.
You know, I had no work that I could show different brands or people. And so I started off there. And then from there, like I started networking with a lot of different videographers, photographers, graphic designers. And then it just kept on growing and growing and growing to where now my content was being noticed, you know?
Yeah.
And then from there, people are just like now just calling me or texting me, emailing me, asking for content for their programs and stuff. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And when you mentioned networking, so like another thing we always talk about here is connecting, and networking is like so important.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell them like how important is networking, especially when you're in the beginning phases of your career, especially in the creative industry.
Yeah, I think I know networking is super, super important, especially when you're starting out, because you never know who you're talking to. It could take one person, literally one person to change your life. It could take one video, one graphic, whatever it is that you're creating. It could take that one time to change your life, you know? And so networking is super big because, again, you never know who you're talking to and you never know what could come out of it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then so like, what was that transition when you went to like starting to scale and grow a bit more to the bigger brands? They literally are just reaching out on email and being like, hey, we want to work with you.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lie, it was hard and nerve wracking only because I'm an introvert.
Okay.
And so, I don't want to say networking wasn't hard for me, but I kind of had to prep myself and tell myself, listen, if you want to do what you want to do, you got to talk to that person. You got to talk to that person. You got to sit right there. And I did that.
Yeah.
And it definitely helped me a lot.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. I always say like 5 seconds of courage is all it takes.
That's all
like,
it takes.
It literally just 5 seconds of like not thinking about all the what ifs and the what the heck and just let it come out your mouth. Hey. And then
it's all
gotta
about,
roll with it.
It's all about just doing it, because I feel like if you just go right into it, that's half the battle. And then after that, I feel like things just flow.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then, so something like a common theme that I see a lot of people like want advice about or kind of struggle with is tiptoeing that line between doing free work and not doing free work and getting paid for it. What was that experience like for you? Like when you were at that point of your career where you're kind of doing a little bit of both?
Yeah. So when I first started off, I was doing free work, a lot of free work. One, to get my portfolio, and two, it was my beginning stages. And so at the time, I felt like I needed some more experience. And so in order for me to get that experience, I had to do free work.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. 100%.
And I am not mad at the free work that I did, because it really did open a lot of opportunities for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I have brands that are reaching out. I have players. I have tournaments, programs that are reaching out to me. And it all started off with networking and doing free work.
Yes. And then what was like one moment that you felt like, oh my gosh, like it's happening. This is like happening for real.
There's actually a couple times where I had that aha moment. One time was, I used to work for a homeless company where they did outreach to the people out in the local community. And I was kind of that person that did a little bit of everything. And so they wanted me to make a video for a banquet that they were going to have.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know how many people were going to be at that banquet. It was like over like 200 people.
Oh, wow.
And so when
that's a lot to cover. You're like, oh, I'm making a movie. Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I make this video and they play it at this banquet. They dim all the lights. I'm looking around and everything. Everybody's eyes on the screen.
That's so
eyes
dope.
on the screen. And so they play it, and I'm just like looking at the screen, but I'm also looking at everybody else.
Yeah.
You see one person crying, another person crying, and then after the video was done, it was like a roar of applause.
Wow.
And when
yay.
I get a little bit emotional about it, but like after that, it was like, wow, like it really felt like how I felt when I was in elementary school when I made that double wing plane, you know?
Yeah.
And so to have that aha moment was like, wow. I started crying when everybody started clapping too as well.
That's
like
great.
That was the point where I was like, yeah, this is it.
That's great. Like that's phenomenal. That is such like you're probably like, wow, I felt this before.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Was it like more of like a almost like a fondness, like a almost like a reminiscing? Like did you kind of connect those two moments in the time?
I did for sure. Cause I always cherished that first moment when I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. And then so like from the banquet and from, you know, taking those experiences and rolling with it, like what have you done in your career to keep momentum, right? Yeah. Like, because you've been in your career for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And you've accomplished so much. And some people, you know, struggle with when they do get a little bit of that momentum or motion, keeping it up, you know, and keeping it going. So what are some like tips and tricks that you do that work for yourself to keep the ball rolling on things?
So for me, I think I had to figure out the goal that I wanted to achieve. And then once I figured out the goal that I wanted to achieve, I'm really big on writing things down on paper.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with using your phone, your notes and whatever, but I think something about having that connection with your mind, your hand, the pen and the paper and writing everything down, it just sticks in there. And so writing things down and also giving yourself grace. You know, there were times where I would make content and I still have content that I haven't put out that I need to put out.
That happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. So you're not
that I look at and I'm like, nah, I didn't look right. I didn't look at the camera this way or that way. I didn't sound this way. And I'm like, man, like now I give myself grace and tell myself it's not going to always be perfect, you know. We weren't made to be to do things perfectly, you know. And so I kind of adapted that philosophy for myself. Things are always going to be perfect, you know. And so having grace for yourself, and that's pretty much it. And having fun with it. If you love something, have fun with it for sure. Have fun with it.
Yes, no, definitely. And to kind of add to like what you said about not always being perfect and giving yourself grace, that's super important. There's so many people who are, I feel like you can easily get stuck in your head, right? You can easily get stuck in your head and easily like
compare yourself to others. And then it
sucks the fun and the life out of it, right? Yeah.
And I've been at that point. I've been at that point where I would look at different creators, photographers, videographers, graphic designers, look at their work, and I'm like looking at my work. I'm like, man, this is not it. Their stuff is better, but they were in the same road as me. You know, you have to start somewhere. You know, but yeah, comparing yourself to others will really suck the joy out of it for sure. Definitely. And it's like, that's why you have to, like you said, not compare yourself and realize that
everyone starts somewhere, and then you have to make your own path. Like, you have to make your own way. Like, why would you want to do the exact same things the exact same way as someone else? That's not going to get you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's like doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm always big about being like your authentic self. You know, be your authentic self, because it's not out there. You know, it's 100%. It's your stuff that's out there, and so I'm always big on being authentic.
No, and truly. And then nowadays, especially, I feel like you can really tell.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell when you're trying to be this person or that person. But and
you can really tell, like, even online, I feel like nowadays you can tell when someone's like being authentic or not. So I think that that's definitely something that's super important, especially because we are in such a like copy paste like world right now. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, this video's funny, I'm gonna remake it and make my own. Nothing wrong with like repurposing the trends and the ideas and everything like that, but also at the end of the day, how long can you do that for and still grow, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
I like how you said that. Like, creating things is meant to grow, you know, and so in order for you to do that, you need to do different things. You need to be authentic to yourself, authentic to your content.
100%. And then, so like when you're kind of evolving throughout all of this, what were some struggles that you faced while you were growing your brand and you know, and yourself just as a person and as a creative?
I would say there was a lot of self-doubt. There were times where I didn't think I was good enough. There were times where I didn't think that I could do certain things that in my mind I was like dreaming for, you know. And so that self-doubt was a big struggle for me.
How'd you overcome that?
Not caring.
I like it's true.
It's
Please
true.
Keep going.
It's true, because when I would always self-doubt myself, it was that comparison game, you know, and also thinking about like, man, I wonder what this person will think about this content or whatever. I had to not care about that. I really had to just lock in and just be me, do what I wanted to do, and not care what other people think.
Absolutely. Know? Were you like clicking post and running away?
I'm not gonna lie. This recent post.
Oh, no way.
I clicked the post and I was like, all right, I'm gonna put my phone down for like a good 2 hours. That's good. You're like, you know what? It's out there. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna go. I get that. And another thing, being vulnerable. Because we live in a world where there's so much information in the internet, and a lot of people are watching, and so that space kind of makes you vulnerable, and I kind of had to learn how to be vulnerable, and again, be authentic. You know, that's all it is.
Yeah, literally, it's funny that you mentioned the post. I know I just told you off camera, like, guys, as soon as I saw him post that and like him talking about himself and like being in front of the camera, I was like, oh yeah, no, we gotta get him on the podcast right now, because I usually like, with podcasting, like picking guests and things like that, like a lot of times it has to like make sense at whatever point in their career, you know, they're in. And like, you had never really done a whole lot of like in front of the camera and speaking. I was waiting for the moment. I was waiting for the opportunity to swoop in. And I was like, I have to be your first podcast. So once I saw that, I was like, yes, that is the door. Like, now he's open to stuff like that. Let's do it.
I appreciate that for sure.
Yes, definitely. And it's really cool. And like, I'm so excited to hear more about your journey, because there's a whole nother side of it, right? So like shooting and everything. And then working with those bigger brands. So did you have like another like aha moment when you did finally do like work with a bigger brand?
Yeah. So actually it was 2 years at the City of Palms. So it's a Nike sponsored tournament.
Yes.
It's the number one tournament in the
big
nation.
Tournament. Yep.
Big tournament.
Big
You
tournament.
have top athletes, top programs playing each other. And so this was my first year on the media team. And
That's
one of
awesome.
the projects that I had to do was promote the custom shoe that they had that they gave to.
Oh, I know you're
players.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah,
That was
and
great
so
when you
I
did that.
made that, it felt so official.
Oh,
It
no.
felt so
It
official
looked
because
official.
I got to meet the person that made the shoe. She works for Nike. Like her office
Wow.
is in
Yeah.
Oregon, you know, and
Wow.
so being able to connect with her, making the content, and then having that final product and people seeing it, it was
Sheesh.
so dope.
Yeah,
Literally. It was awesome. Like it was an aha moment for me.
Yes,
for sure,
that I can imagine that was
Yeah.
like a shoot. So was that like production wise? Was that one of the bigger productions you've kind of worked on? Like meaning like setup and like the
Yes.
number of team involved, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so honestly, it was run and gun type of thing. So
Okay,
like
yeah.
I didn't really have the big lights or whatever. It was like literally that day they told me, okay, we need to make a video to promote these shoes. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the challenge.
On
I'm
the
gonna take
spot.
on the
Yeah,
spot.
nice. Okay.
And I kind of like projects like that
Yeah.
because it kind of gets my mind rolling.
Right. It's like a
and
challenge,
it's
like a good challenge.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
challenge. Yeah. But yeah, the initial final product, it was awesome. And again, like I said, it was like that aha moment again.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
did you have shots of the shoe like spinning?
Yeah,
Yo, that was just great. That was
I
clean.
had to like improvise, find certain things that I could use to do that. And again, YouTube University helped me with that for sure.
I can imagine.
For sure.
We literally, oh my gosh, that's so funny. When Ish and I saw that, we were like, oh my gosh, this would be like a perfect new era shoe, like commercial.
Hey.
Yeah, it was super, super clean.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. What has been like one of your favorite things that you've worked on and done that you've produced?
I would say one of my favorite things that I've done was, so at my job, every year we do a teacher of the year or employee of the year
Yeah.
for our district. And my role was to make videos for each finalist.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there were 10 teachers and then 10 employees. Or no, 5 teachers and 5 employees. And so I had to make 10 videos, which it was a lot.
That is a lot.
It was a lot, but for the most part, it was awesome because I get to connect with these people. I get to connect with the students, and putting it all together and having them watch it. It just feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
It feels like you're contributing like your art is actually like has that meaning behind it.
Yes.
It's not just something random.
Yes.
Very meaningful,
Yes.
purposeful content.
Yes, and
for
then
sure.
there's another project that I really loved was making a music video for the district.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that took
That's hilarious.
that took about like 3 to 4 months to put together, but me and my boss, we had to go to all the schools, film them doing cool stuff, crazy stuff, funny stuff, and then putting it all together. And we played it at our back to school summit, where we have all the teachers come in. And kind of it's like a pep rally for the new school year to come. Yeah. And so they played it, and here's another aha moment. When they played it, they loved it.
Oh,
they
yeah.
loved it.
That's
like
great.
It was awesome to it's always awesome to see people's reactions to the things that you create.
Yes.
I don't know. It just feels good.
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
that satisfaction of
Yeah.
like the feeling of like people loving your work maybe more than you love your work is a crazy
there's
thing.
Times where it's
Yo,
like,
you're like, I thought that was good, but dang, y'all really thought it was great.
yeah. But
That's great.
I just love being able to make content that makes people feel good and also make myself feel good.
Yeah, 100%. That's great. And then so with yourself, like, I'm sure that throughout your whole journey, you've had different mindsets for different stages that you've been through, not only in just your journey, but also life too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, what has been some of the most, like, the strongest key points for holding a great mindset for you to be able to continue to thrive?
Keeping God first, honestly.
Amen.
Without him, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do, the opportunities, literally. I always preach that we're all made in his image. And so with that, that's creativity. He instilled creativity because he created us.
Yeah.
And so, number one thing that keeps me grounded is God. Yeah. For sure.
Amen. Sure. No, I absolutely, I agree. I think, obviously God is good all the time. And I always, literally any type of success or anything, I'm like, thank you, God. Literally, thank you, God. I'm like, I don't even know how this is happening. This is just all you.
There are times where like my name is mentioned in closed doors or in groups where it's like, wow, and then that's when the opportunities come in. It's awesome.
And alignment. Awesome. I feel like that is also something else that, comes with, thanking God and giving all glory to God is the alignment.
Yes.
That I truly believe that, like, if you're aligned with yourself and what you're doing, like, God is going to align you with the right people, with the right things, like with the right opportunities, and give you the courage to steer away from things that are not in alignment with yourself and your values. Right. Yeah. Which is super important, especially in this, like, this industry, like being not giving in to like things that don't feel right. Right. Have you ever experienced like any opportunities or anything where you were like, actually, maybe this is not for me. I'm gonna, sit this one out.
There's been a couple of times where I've been presented opportunities where it really didn't align to my standards or my beliefs. And so, and that's okay, not every opportunity is for you. Not every open door is for you.
Right.
And so, there's been times where I've been in that situation.
Okay. Yeah. And then, so what is that like courage for you to be like, actually, never mind. I don't want to do this, guys.
So like, whenever that opportunity, those kind of opportunities do come in, I kind of respectfully just, decline. So,
Have you ever experienced any like negativity towards what you're doing, like in general, meaning like, for lack of a better term, haters?
A couple, but I wouldn't even call it hate. I guess you could call them haters. But it's more of those people that are having self-doubt on themselves, know. I could kind of pick that up. And so there was actually one kid, he wasn't a hater. I want to call him a hater.
For lack of better terms.
I want to call him a hater.
Just people who like, for some reason feel like they really have something to say for some reason about your work or something.
I actually noticed that he was going through some self-doubt with his content and stuff, because he looked at my stuff and was like, whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I ended up talking to him and was like, listen, like, I've been in your shoes. I've been in your situation, and listen, all you got to do is just keep going and it gets better.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I'm super big on is inspiring people, inspiring other content creators, videographers, content photographers, graphic designers, because I had somebody that inspired me, and I'm doing things that I would have never thought I would be doing, And so I'm always big on inspiring people, even when they are quote unquote haters,
kind of trying to persuade that mindset like shift a little bit for sure. Yeah. That's awesome. That's so, and inspiration and empowering. That's another big thing about Powerful Mind. So that's another reason why you're a great fit. It's because of that. So who inspired you?
Rock Baller. I don't know if you heard of him. But he does a lot of sports content for the Southwest Florida area. And he's done other stuff too as well. But man, he was the one that really inspired me because he pretty much did everything. He was a photographer, videographer, graphic designer, spokesperson, and he was just a great person all around. Like, he is a great person all around.
Yeah.
And, Rock Baller, shout out to Rock Baller.
Shout him out, man.
But he was really what inspired me to continue to do what I do now.
Oh, that's awesome. Have you ever met him personally?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he's actually the one that put me on the media team for the city of Palms.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
wow, that's even better.
Yeah,
you're like, dang, this guy I'm looking up to, he's picking me to work right next to him.
Right. And I remember the call that he was like, listen, you do the same things that I do. And when he said that, I was like, oh, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I really want you to be on the media team for the city of Palms. When he said that, I was like, oh.
That's awesome.
Finally made it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's so inspiring. Yeah. And then so like what other ways do you try to inspire other people? Do you like give them advice, or do you try to like give them opportunities, a little bit of both?
Yeah, so a little I want to say probably a year ago or two, I started bringing along different photographers, videographers to a lot of the things that I was going to.
Okay.
And sometimes I would pay them, just so they could
just to help.
Just to help. But like bringing them along, the things that I do, giving them advice, letting them use my gear. Yeah.
That's real trust, ladies and gentlemen.
That is real trust.
That's not real. He is really putting you on. He is really giving you trust.
Yeah, but like, that's one big, that trust with letting them use my equipment, and then just seeing their faces when they have it in their hand. It's like, wow, this is it. And then just seeing them using the equipment is like awesome. And so, that's another way that I inspire different people. Just tagging along with me, I hate I hate when people gatekeep,
I was gonna say,
and so I try not to do that. So like I said, I always bring people along with me, whether they're a little kid or someone that's older than me, I just love doing that.
Yeah, who just have that interest and that passion. And it's super important to do that and have people in the industry that continuously do that, because it's like, first of all, it encourages smaller people where it's hard to like start something from scratch, like in general, and then like something in the creative field where you have to put yourself out there, and you have to really like take a leap for it. Having that encouragement from your peers or for someone you look up to is like makes a world of difference, you know? So that's awesome to hear. And then so at what point in your career did you kind of get to the point where you kind of have the foundation built, where people did recognize your work and start seeing that? How did that translate to your current job that you have right now as a communications director?
Yeah, from a lot of the things that I do besides from my job, and with the things that I do in my job kind of work hand in hand, only because it's a lot of the same stuff, I'm making content for these schools, for these teachers, for these students, for these athletic programs, and so like I said, it works hand in hand.
Yeah. And so like when you describe like your job role, I guess, for just so I have a clear understanding too of like communications director.
Yeah. So what I do is I pretty much handle a lot of the communication, graphic designing, promotions, a lot of the photography, videography. A lot of these schools, they'll call me to come to these events that they have.
Okay, yeah.
And so I would cover those events. But yeah, it's pretty much a lot of that stuff. And also media relations.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you do like a lot of like media, maybe like almost like marketing kind of thing. Yeah. Like, so you're basically like the go-to guy if anybody needs any pictures, videos, or graphics. They're like, we got a guy. Just hit him up.
To make presentations look nice and stuff like that. So,
okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy your work?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Only because I get to be creative, and shout out to my boss. She allows me creative space. And so it doesn't lock me into like, just, you got to do this. Like I have free range to do whatever my creative brain thinks of.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then, so what is your creative process like? I'm just curious, like when you get a project or like when you get something and they're like, okay, boom, we need da-da-da-da-da-da, whether that's, you know, from your actual job or from outside jobs trying to like hire you and book you. What is your creative process like to kind of get the juices flowing and figure out what you want to do for projects?
Yeah. So for instance, if I work with a client, I kind of try to figure out what's their end goal. Okay. What do they want from the content that I'm going to be making for them? Once I get that, I kind of put together, sometimes it could be scripts, a shot list, things in that nature. And then I get back with the client, we look it over, and then from there, if it's good, then we start filming. Get all the shots, and then I start editing, and then from there make that finished product, and then make the client satisfied. Yeah,
that's awesome. And how do you organize like all your projects and all your ideas and all the things? How do you organize all that?
So I use a lot of different programs like Melanote, where I could write down different scripts. I can put together a mood board of the different shots that I want to get.
That's awesome.
And also being organized with the footage. Sometimes I use 2 cameras for certain projects, and labeling your stuff. I use color codes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So just being organized really helps a lot.
Yeah. I need some more of that in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I need a little bit more of that, but like I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely need to like. That is actually something that I really want to accomplish more so of like this year is organizing. Like I'm really bad with like organizing and labeling like the content, especially when you have it on the drive or like on the computer. I'm always like just sifting through the things, so that would make it way more efficient. So we're getting there one step at a time. But yeah, so that's awesome to hear. And then, so do you like writing like scripts and shot lists and things like that? Like what part of the process do you love the most?
I would say figuring out the shot list and the editing part. Those are like my 2 favorite things. As far as like putting together scripts, I'm starting to get better at it. Okay. I use AI a little bit. To help me out with it, but I'm starting to get better, and I want to start making more scripts just because like I feel like it makes you a better content creator, right? And I really want to get into cinematography, making documentaries, long form videos and stuff like that. My biggest dream, and I'm going to do it this year, is to is to make a short film. I really want to make a short film. That's like great. My biggest thing that I want to do.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. Yeah, stuff like that is like, that's super cool to me. I'm a theater kid at heart, like I'm a theater and band kid at heart. So like acting and doing all that stuff is so, like being on an actual production of like an actual production, you know, for a movie or like a short film or whatever the case may be, or even like an actual like theater show. That stuff excites me so much. It's so cool. It's so cool because you have so many different people involved to accomplish one goal of creating something, you know, like it's way beyond like the actor, and then the costume designer, and then the actual makeup artist, and then the set, the set people, and then the stage managers, and then the actual director, and the creative director. And
it's a lot of people.
It's a lot, but I think there's such such a beautiful thing about it, and so much beauty in it when that many individuals come together and do their role to make this big thing, you know, come to life.
And you also learn from each other too as well.
Oh yeah.
For the City of Palms, for the media team, like I learned so much from Rock Baller. There were other people like Everett. He's a big sports content creator.
Yeah.
941 Visuals, like I learn from him all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and so I feel like when you're in a project with a lot of different creators, you just, something about that connection, you just start to learn things from each other.
And the collaboration, right? Like, and finding like, that's like the number one thing for us is collaboration on Powerful Mind, because when you do find people who are so open to collaboration, and like you said, you get to learn from each other, you get to grow, you get to work together to make other things happen for not only you, but also for me and together, right?
For sure.
And have you ever like experienced the opposite side of that? Like when it comes to like competition, like people looking at you as competition versus collaboration?
Not really. I'm really not competing with anybody, trying to compete with anybody.
No, 1,000%. Even when you're not trying to compete with some of these people will be like, look at you as competition. You're like, what do we just work together?
We just work together. But I really don't deal with that, or I just don't really notice it, you know?
Yeah, it's like all noise.
Yeah.
If you're going to be like that, that's cool. You can be like that alone.
Facts.
That's hilarious. And then so like, what is the best way that you would describe the phase in life and career that you're in right now? Like what phase would you describe it as?
I would say right now I'm trying to grow. And learn more.
Okay.
And I say grow only because like my recent posts, I really don't do head talk, you know, videos.
Out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and exactly. So right now I'm trying to grow and get out of my comfort zone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then so also, you know, to be able to accomplish all these things, it's obviously you, but do you have a support system?
Yeah. My wife is my biggest support system. She encourages me. She's right there when I'm editing, when I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
She keeps me calm. So she's definitely my biggest supporter. And also all the other content creators that I've worked with, they're also supportive too as well, what I do.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. And then it's like super special because it's like almost like your wife is probably, I'm sure, with you every step of the way. Yes. Like when it comes to your career, it's like, it's almost like she's a videographer, photographer too, right?
No, there are times where,
like, you know what, babe? Just grab the camera. You're good.
Just grab the camera. Just take some content from me, you know? Yeah, she does a lot of my behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that is so beautiful.
Shout out to my wife for
Absolutely, you have to. I always say that is the most beautiful thing when you do have your spouse that is your rock, that supports you and everything. And especially in the creative industry, like the creative industry is not black and white. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes I can imagine that it would be difficult for someone who maybe isn't like that or doesn't come from that to support or understand or like kind of go through the motions with you, you know? So that is such an incredible blessing to be able to have someone who does that and understands, you know, and like really supports you. So that's really great. Yes. What are some big goals that you have for yourself besides, you know, growing, being in front of the camera more? Like what is your big goal for like color visual? You know, I used to say color visuals with an S for like the longest time, and then I was looking at your username today and I was like, it's literally just color. Is it?
It's
and
color.
Then color. Yes.
Color visuals.
Thank you. I was literally just about to say that because then I noticed today that it's like the Mandela effect or something, because this whole time I was like, when has there been a U in there? I was like, wait, I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do. Yeah.
So explain that. Where did color visual come from?
So color visuals was pretty much. So when I look at pictures or videos or graphic designs, I get so fascinated about the colors. And so that's where the word color came from. It's French for color.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then I just put the visuals at the end.
Visuals. Yeah. And then, okay, I literally was looking because I was like, okay, I have to obviously do research on everybody that I have on here. So then I was looking at it again today and I was like, wow, where did that you come from? Like, I don't know why. I like in my head, every time I've read it, there's never been a you there. And then I realized that it was like color visual sports.
Yeah.
And I was like, this whole time I've just been saying color visuals, and I was like, it was just wrong on both ends. Like, so that's very cool to hear the origin story of that. And then, so what do you think that what are you hoping that the future kind of looks like for you in the branding?
So I definitely want to start growing my personal brand. Like you saw with my recent post, that was my introduction to the world, you know. I definitely want to grow my personal brand, and I also want to grow Color Visual Sports as well. I want to start doing some high profile athletes, high profile programs. Right now I'm in the midst of doing that.
Learning some deals. Can't talk about them yet.
For sure. But this year I have some big plans.
We're so excited to follow along and see everything that you do, and like I said, just follow the journey, continue to support. Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate you and the opportunity for being here. I feel like I'm somebody now for being here.
You listen, this is just an additive so
for sure.
Now your supporters can hear way more about your backstory, way more about who you are, like what you're trying to do, your journey, all of that. You explain all of it. By the way, for being an introvert, you talk very well and explained everything very well. You know what I'm saying? So props to you for being able to, you know, come on and really open up. And this just really does add to your personal branding. You know, it really gives like the person behind the camera. That's all we like to say. You know?
For sure.
So definitely any last things you kind of want to tell your audience before we kind of wrap here? It was ready to wrap too, I guess.
I guess so.
Any last things?
Trace your dreams. Reach for the stars. Don't listen to all the noise that is behind you. Just always look forward and always keep God first.
Amen. Absolutely. And then make sure you guys check him out. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, check Powerful Mind out at Powerful Mind Thought Official on Instagram. His accounts will be down in the bio below, so you can go check him out and support. And as always, baby, we will see you next Tuesday. Peace.
Peace out.